Hello and welcome to the Hornets and Heartbreak podcast. My name is Mark Bernacki and I'm here with my co-host Tim Rogers. What's up, man?
What it do, Liquor Mark?
I'm doing pretty well, man. It's good to have you back, Tim. The Hornets have won like how many games in a row? I can't even count anymore. Beating the Kings by like 25 at halftime, winning by 40 something at the end. Um, yeah, the team is back to being super fun and it's good to have you back, Tim.
It's good to be back, Mark. I missed you, buddy.
I got to give you some props here at the top of the pod because you're still sick. It is 7:30 in the morning in the US and you're waking up to record this podcast. So massively appreciate the dedication, Tim. We haven't gotten into love of the week yet, but yeah, that's one of my loves of the week.
I appreciate you, Mark. Well, I figured I've been complaining my entire life about the Hornets being so bad. I can't really miss any opportunity to talk about a team that just won by 40 points.
Yeah, I mean, so you have some thoughts on the Kings game. I like don't have really anything other than that was awesome. The Hornets made 26 3-pointers. The Kings are absolutely horrible at basketball. And yeah, everybody looked really good. Not anything bad to say about the Hornets.
Yeah, no, nothing bad to say. I think at one point when our starters came out, they were like 24 of 50 from three or something insane. No, my real takeaway was, we talked about it after the Mavs game where I was like, huh, take that, PJ Washington. How dare you besmirch the Hornets? Like, glad you're on a terrible team. Watching Malik Monk last night was like visiting my best friend in prison. I was like, you deserve so much better than that. And I was sitting there just laughing at the Kings. And then it dawned on me. I was like, the Hornets have rolled out worse teams than this in March recently. I should not, I should just be happy about this. And I realized I was like, the Kings kind of had a run like this a couple years ago. It's like, just enjoy every moment, enjoy every game.
Yeah, for sure. The Light the Beam Kings were us now. Like we just kind of flipped places with them, right? Over the past few seasons. But man, they are depressing. I mean, they don't even have a single young player to be remotely like I mean, remotely excited is maybe a stretch, but they could be like a star player. They don't have anybody that to be really excited about at all. It's dark. I think we might have had worse teams than the Kings, but I don't know if we've had as dark of teams as the Kings in the past few seasons. Well, at least we had LaMelo and Brandon.
Yeah, LaMelo, Brandon, and then even the year, between Kemba, like people really like Devonte Graham. Like I would say that PJ Washington would be the best prospect on this Kings team.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. They don't have anybody. They don't have anybody. Um, yeah, so just a depressing watch. So I mean, we're on this 7 game homestand, and we're 4-0 so far. Going into it, I was thinking like, okay, 5-2 would be a good outcome. Well, we're off to a pretty good start. 4-0 in this homestand. Uh, and we got 3 more games at home. It's about to get harder. Knicks, 76ers, Celtics, but pretty good start to it, Tim, I would say.
Yeah, Mark, I got to be honest. I don't think it could have gone any better. you
Yeah.
know, 4-0. I don't know about you in my head. We'll get into standings watch. Never mind.
No, it's okay. I mean, we could start it now. I mean, the Hornets now have the, let me do some counting real quick, sixth best point differential in the entire NBA, which like is just crazy to say out loud. We have the Thunder, the Spurs, Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, and then the Hornets. And then it goes Cavs, Nuggets, T-Wolves, Rockets, like then those other teams. The Hornets have a better point differential than the Nikola Jokic-led Denver Nuggets. Like, can you believe that this is our life?
No, I cannot. My dog obviously cannot either. Um, but no, I mean, like even I don't know when I started to believe, but I don't know. It's still kind of like a pinch me feeling every day. And like, I just want to take it, not take it for granted because we don't know how we're going to feel about things like a month from now. But I know today it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I relate to you. I am also trying to like not take it for granted and savor every single game. This Kings game is on at midnight here, and I watched every second of it. Stayed up for it like like a maniac. But I'm just like I gotta enjoy this while it lasts. Because we've been hurt so many times, Tim. Hornets and heartbreak. We know that we need to savor the good times. And from there, let's get into loves of the week, Tim. For me, I have the Heat and the Magic losing 5 games in a row. I guess the Magic have lost 6 games in a row now. So the Hornets actually have climbed up in the standings. We're tied for eighth place right now, and just a game back from seventh, 2 games back from sixth place in the Hawks. Um, and last week on the podcast, I said that it was unlikely for us to really have a chance at moving up in the standings. And thanks to some Hornets good games and horrible play from the Magic and the Heat, we've moved up. And now it's really looking possible that we could climb. I mean, realistically, we can climb as high as the 5 seed. That's getting pretty optimistic, but the Hornets have a decent chance here at even dodging the play-in.
Whew. I mean, it's one of those things that I would jokingly say on the podcast, but oh man, yeah, let's just avoid playing all together. But I mean, if it actually happens, it would be so beautiful. Watching and also watching the Magic collapse, I get such Schadenfreude from it. I don't know why, but I really just dislike this Magic team. And the fact that they're the ones blowing it makes it a little sweeter. I don't know if you feel that way at all.
Yeah, no, I do, and I'm enjoying that the Heat are losing. Also, I mean, it's both of those teams, right? Like the Magic, Magic again were us like 2 years ago. The Heat are just not actually a good team. So that the Heat are fake. Um, so yeah, I'm happy that we're not like the national media was starting to lump us in with like this group of teams that are doing well in the East. And I mean, we can talk about the Hawks. I think the Hawks are fake too, but I don't want to be lumped in with this Southeast Division hype. I want some separation.
Isn't it so nice? It's almost like when you get your first adult paycheck and then you like, I don't know, start looking around, you're just like, yeah, I mean, that job? No way would I do that. And it's like looking at teams that have consistently been better than us our entire lives. And now I'm like, fake, fake.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously the Heat must be a good team. Like I don't know where it stands, but I really my takeaway every time they come up is like, I think Eric Spoelstra is the best coach of all time.
Yeah. Not, I mean, I don't know how this team with this roster is where they are. And obviously there's the Bam 83 points, which is just atrocity on the NBA. But what do you have for love of the week, Tim?
All right, we gotta we gotta give it up for our guy, Kobe White.
Ah, is this a little spiteful love of the week, Tim?
No, but it's still a semi-conflicted love of the week. So his last 5 games, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 46% from the field overall, 40 from three, 90 from the line, and a team best 4.5 free throws per game since he's been on the Hornets. His 4 free throws lead us. And like some of it is just clearly unsustainable. But like I know Colin Sexton and his stats are like still not far apart. The eye test, he's just better. Like he's a real like a true like lead point guard or like guard. Um and I don't know. So some of it's unsustainable. So in his career, he's never shot more than 15% of his shots from floater range, 3 to 10 feet. It's up to 22% this year and with the Hornets. And never shot above 45%, shooting 55%. And like those are normally just like bailout bailout shots,
Yeah.
like break in case of emergency shots. And even though I have conflicting feelings, I just feel like I have to say like I appreciate Kobe White, and like when he's hot, I do really love it and enjoy it.
Yeah, no, he's been awesome. He's been awesome. Basically, since I said he was not good. Uh,
Yeah.
he's been really good for the past 2 weeks. That was 2 weeks ago that I said that. And he's been on a tear. And playing better than Colin Sexton ever did. Like I don't think Colin Sexton had a 2 week stretch like this on the Hornets. So yeah, he's proven not necessarily what I said wrong. I think I was pretty measured in saying that this is a small sample size, but he's not been good so far. He was not good at the start of his time with the Hornets, and he's been awesome since. So, yeah, I'm excited that Kobe White is there. I
His
still I still also have some hesitation though, Tim, like you're talking about. For me, it's when he doesn't pass the ball on like a drive that where it's like clear that Khan or somebody else is just open. That ticks me off. But that's the only thing about his game that I don't like.
Yeah, he's definitely not afraid to look off one of the top three players. Um, yeah, he has a 30, almost a 32% usage rate when he's on the floor, just straight up running an offense. Um, I don't know. I guess part of it, because obviously I still love Malik Monk, as I was talking about earlier. Um, I think the coolest job in the NBA, like obviously outside of being like uh MVP, being the best guards on a bench unit just seems like a blast. Because if you have a good game, everyone talks about it. When Kobe White has 8 points, no hard feelings.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, yeah, Colin Sexton had a similar story going with this team as well. No, nobody really talked about Sexton's bad games, but when he was awesome, it was fun. So yeah, good valid point. Maybe he's getting more love on this Hornets team now than he did for the Bulls for the past like 2 seasons. Just taking another shot at another team that has been around and been better than us for many
What a
years.
sad franchise. Take your 6 championships, losers.
Um, yeah. Okay. So, what do you have for heartbreak of the week?
So this is kind of corny, but kind of like we talked about, man, this season's almost over. Because again, like playoffs, as great as we're feeling right now, playoffs not guaranteed. And the vibe of a team, like the ending matters. And like I would cite uh the 21 team is an example where like it was a really fun team, but the way that they lost in the play-in kind of is all you remember about it. And like right now, like I'm just sad that, as stressful as the end of this stretch is, that like not getting to watch us beat the brakes off the Kings a month from now, Or like talk myself into a loss against the Pistons. Like I've loved this team and like loved every second of it. And I'm like genuinely sad that it's almost over.
That is, I'm about to cry. That's beautiful, Tim. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, there's only 10 games left in the season. And it's been so much fun. And we're about to get into this. We're going to talk in a little bit about the most fun we've had watching teams in our lives and ranking them. But spoiler alert, this is the most fun I've ever had in my life watching watching an NBA team. It's just not even close. This team is amazing, and well, you're right that it can all change very quickly. Knock on wood, one injury in this team is a lot different, a lot less fun. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Same thing happened with that 2020 team, also, by the way, the LaMelo's rookie year. Like that team was really fun, and then we lost like a lot of games at the end of the year. I think we lost like 5 games in a row at the end of the season, and then we got blown out by the Pacers. Like that team was like kind of good for a while, hitting around 500, and yeah, that team. I mean, we never talk about that team anymore.
No, no, this all in the way that it end. But yeah, that's my schmaltzy answer. What's breaking your heart this week, Mark?
Okay, so yeah, 10 more games. The Hornets have the second hardest schedule remaining of any team, based off strength of schedule, which, according to Tankathon, I should say, which is not great. We got the Celtics twice, we got the Knicks twice, Pistons, Timberwolves, Suns, Pacers, Nets, and I'm forgetting somebody else. But that's yeah, not not an easy schedule remaining. So like realistically, like 5-5 is a pretty good outcome from those teams. 6-4 is probably what we need to get up to the eighth seed or something like that. But it's going to be tough with these last 10.
Yeah, and that's why, we just treat it like we're at AA. We take it one day at a time.
Okay. So main segment here, I kind of teased it earlier, ranking the five best vibes of a Horncats team in late March. So this is the best vibe of any Hornets team in my sentience. So I was born in '97. I don't really remember the early Hornets teams because I was very young. But since the Bobcats came to Charlotte, I've been watching every season, and yeah, this is the most fun I've ever had. This team has the best SRS, simple rating system, basically point differential, of any team ever in Charlotte. So any Charlotte team ever. Number one is this team with a SRS of +4. The 94-95 team is 2.87. 97-98 is 2.45. And then the 15-16 team at 2.3. So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you had the same, Tim, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like with a bullet. Um, Other teams for just like, age and stuff. But yeah, like by far, like I wake up and I'm like excited for every Hornets game. Like,
Yeah.
have a bad day. It's all right. The Hornets are playing the Pacers.
We're gonna win by 40 points, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's so cool to just be like, oh, yes, up by 25 at half, as things should be.
Oh yeah. What a life we're living. Okay, Tim, do you want to take I guess the second pick, the next team that you think is the best vibes? And this is an exercise to really show just how amazing this season is because it gets depressing very quickly. What's the what's the second best vibes you've ever had in late March, Tim?
So I think the correct answer is a different team, but we'll get into that, which what I think will be your next answer. I'm gonna go with LaMelo's or second season, the 2021 um, Hornets. Even though like we were a little faulty, but I just loved that team so much. It was also the first year we were doing the pod and was just like living and breathing it. But that team really was just like being with like a toxic partner where like the highs were so high and the lows were so low. You never knew what you were going to get with the Borrego Hornets. But like I definitely just remember being like, there's no chance we lose in the play in. Like, this is awesome. And also, this is just the beginning. Like, this is the worst we're gonna be for the next 5 years. I remember like being my feeling. Just like all time good vibes.
Yeah, I remember you're talking about the LaMelo's All-Star season, right? His second season?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not have that one even in my top four or
Oh,
top
really?
three. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I had it further down the list for sure. And I think it's because I kind of cling to the fact, do you remember we had the long losing streak that season?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were 2-11 in in like February. So that like puts such a damper on the season. Um, like that I don't think the vibes in late March. I think the vibes in like January were the best, like maybe ever. But after that losing streak, and then plus like what you're saying, of the season being tainted by the loss in the play-in, which I guess I shouldn't be counting in this, but I don't think I was as excited about that team in late March um, as maybe some of these other teams.
Oh, really? Because I part of it is definitely just like looking forward. And after that February stretch, like once we had started to turn around, I don't know, I was just there was an amount, like an odd amount of firepower with that team where it was just like, and again, I do think it gets washed away with the play in, but it was like, I don't know, like, we could score 130 points tonight, or we could just score like 96.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And it's like, well, again, it's all uphill from here. So I personally associate, and I acknowledge at the beginning when I answered this, not like factually the correct answer, but in my heart, I'll explain why I'm assuming coming up.
You might have to wait another pick because I have a heart answer also. But yeah, I think that team. I think I probably am incorrectly rating them. They should be. So we have this team was first, this year's team. I think for me that they're probably realistically third, and I was underrating them just because of the play and loss, and like you said, kind of think of that team in a bad light because of that. But it was, I mean, so much fun at the time with LaMelo and Miles. Uh, the ceiling was the roof. Okay, so third pick in this draft, I'm actually going with the 13-14 team, Tim, that made the 7 seed. And for me, the reason why I'm saying that is that's after these tanking years where the Bobcats had the worst team in NBA history by winning percentage. And it was so gratifying to watch meaningful basketball in February and in March. And from February 1st to the end of the season, the Bobcats were 21-10. Al Jefferson averaged 24 and 11, finishing eighth in MVP voting that year. And like that team, watching Al Jefferson just demolish teams and like single-handedly beat teams, I I don't know if I've ever had a feeling quite like that where I was like, this guy might be like a top five NBA player right now on the Hornets. I've never had that experience since then, with just a dominant force like that. And it was extremely short-lived. But we also had Kemba coming up, and you could see a picture where that team, we got Lance the next off season. We could see a picture where that team was going to be. It's kind of the earlier version of the 21-22 team that you just described.
Yeah, and I figured I thought that would be your pick, or one other team would be coming up here. Um, you're right about Al, where he did not make the All-Star game because we were putrid. It's so funny to look through all of these teams and be like, oh yeah, every single one of them had a terrible start. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
just like this team. But yeah, like, so Al Jefferson went from not making the All-Star game to making an All NBA team, and was just absolutely obliterating people until he messed up uh, and got injured. Was it game one against the
Yeah.
Heat, and was
Yep.
essentially just like never the same. Like,
Mhm.
never, he went from like, yeah, again, eighth in MVP voting, which is just crazy, but like, you know, team was good enough. Like, I don't think it was the most insane thing in the world to just like being shorthand for a player that can't play in the NBA. But you're right. In the moment, it was awesome, and he was torching everyone. I remember a game where he just demolished the Knicks and like bullied Amari Stoudemire, and was probably my happiest moment watching the Horncats, Bobcats, um, outside of Steven Jackson in my life up to that point.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, it was also such a different time in the NBA because the Heat were just so dominant that like as soon as we knew we were playing the Heat in the first round, I was like, it was a good run. Like,
Yeah.
like nowadays, if we like play the Celtics, like I mean, I'm gonna assume that we're gonna lose, but like it might be a 6 game series, you know? Back then when you play the Heat, it's like, oh, that's a 4 game sweep.
Man, and there will be some people that will still look you in the eye to this day and be like, Val didn't get hurt, we take him to six. Which,
That first quarter of game 3, man.
yeah, man, it's like, and then, I mean, again, this is just snapshot of March, so we don't know what's going to happen. But like, we did a podcast. I don't know if it's available. Maybe it's on the other feed, of just a time machine of the day we signed Lance Stevenson. And that was like one of the happiest days of my life.
Okay, what do you have for your next pick, Tim? I'm
Uh,
surprised you didn't pick this team first, to be honest.
oh, the Big Al team?
No, no. Your
Oh,
Steven Jackson team.
no, no. And I'm not, I wanted to justify it, but like I was actually like trying to like go back in my mental Rolodex. I'm gonna take another Kemba team, and I'm gonna go with the 15-16 team. Uh, because they went 13-3 after stretch after just like a kind of a brutal January, surprisingly. Um, and then they got Courtney Lee, and like things were just kind of clicking, and like could have been the third seed. Like there was a lot of hope, and I just have to say, I just was never. I was just never a huge Kemba Walker. I never liked Steve Clifford. So like I just didn't have much love for these teams. Like I watched them, but like they were just never, I don't know. They were always just paper tigers on a good day.
Damn, that is brutal towards Kemba. But I think I share your sentiment in the sense that I knew that Kemba was so bad at defense that like our ceiling was always like a first round exit. I mean, realistically, that team's stealing. We almost won a playoff series, so it was a second round exit, right? Um, and that made watching the team like somewhat less exciting. But yeah, that year we had a real chance of winning a playoff series. It's a tie for third through sixth. It's the closest we've ever come to winning the division until now. And yeah, we took the Heat to 7 games, lost game 7 in Miami, brutal game. Um, but that was like sort of Kemba's takeoff. So he didn't even make the All-Star team that year, which is kind of crazy because he then made the All-Star team like 3 years in a row after that. But on the team that was actually good, he didn't make it. But yeah, he started taking like 7 threes per game. Um, just barely missed out on the All-Star team. But dude, that roster, it's like when you look back at it, it's like, how was this team winning 48 games? Because
It
it's
was very much you had to be there.
like Kemba, Nick Batum, Al Jefferson was bad at that point. Jeremy Lin, Marvin Williams, Courtney Lee, Jeremy Lamb, Cody Zeller, and like that's it. Like Spencer Hawes, PJ Hairston started 43 games. Like what?
Man, pour one out. Pour one out for Hairston. Yeah, but like at the time I was like, I don't know, like a lot of good shooters. Honestly, I did have the thought as well, where like was a guy that I loved to besmirch. Maybe just because fans talked about him so much. Dude, oh my god, I can't believe I'm about to say the words. Put prime Marvin Williams on this year's Hornets team, and we're really cooking. I think he'd just be a perfect fit.
Dude. Um yeah, fill in the Grant Williams role. By the way,
Honestly.
also been better since I said that he was not playing very well 3 weeks ago. So I should keep on telling our players that they're not doing well because they seem to really turn it around.
Yeah, question LaMelo, Eastern Conference Player of the Week. So yeah, I have that, but again, just not a big fan of those teams, and just pretty much being like, oh, they don't turn the ball over and they rebound really well. They're a smart team. Boring.
Okay, well, Tim, the last pick is the 2009, 2010
Yeah.
Charlotte Bobcats, led by your guy Captain Jack, 12th in MVP voting, Tim, that season. Steven Jackson. I'm looking at the basketball reference page now. Gerald Wallace, Raymond Felton, Boris Diaw. Um, just just what a squad. Tyson Chandler. Um, yeah. I'll
Oh
let I'll let
man.
you take it from here. It's your favorite team of all time.
It was. I can't remember if I said this on the pod. I got into such a vociferous debate about Steven Jackson that my coworker in my office literally called his friend. It was like, listen to this person talk about Steven Jackson. And I was like, yeah, it's Captain Jack. And they were like, what? No one called him that. And I was like, you weren't there. Like people were yeah, I just lived in breathed this team, which now I think about and I'm like, that is so unhealthy for someone my age at that time. Like I should have been I should have been playing Minecraft. Like, why was I upset that Tyson Chandler was not getting minutes? And like, oh, we made the trades for Theo Ratliff. And I was like, it's all coming together. We got Dwight Howard stoppers. We got him coming out. This young DJ Augustine is about to take the league by storm. Like I just yeah, just irrationally love these guys. And I was like, we have Larry Brown as a coach. I was like, we might as well have Greg Popovich. I was just like indoctrinated into this. And definitely the first team that like I ever like truly loved.
Wow. Uh, yeah, that is something else. Lost in 4 games. Four
It was a
games to
close four
bed.
games though. It was a close 4 games. We did kind of shut Dwight Howard down a little bit. It was mainly due to foul trouble. But yeah, you know, those were the good old days, man. Those were the
Yeah.
good old days. Do you have any? No, yeah, were there any honorable mentions? Anything on our list that did not overlap?
No, those are the 5 teams. Shout out to this team for being the top of the list already. Um, but I mean, the other one would be it that would even be in consideration would be LaMelo's rookie year, I think. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like, and then every other team was somewhat depressing by late March, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was I was doing this and I was like when I first like hit you with the prompt, I was like, yeah, we can go 5 and 5. And then I was like, oh, what am I thinking?
Yeah, it has to be good vibes for it to be best vibes. Like it has to be remotely a good season for it to qualify. So on the same note of this team being the best team, we've ever had in late March, LaMelo and Brandon Miller both won Eastern Conference Player of the Week this year. LaMelo most recently. That was actually LaMelo's first conference Eastern Conference Player of the Week, which is kind of crazy that that's happened only once, and Brandon Miller beat him 2-1. That's kind of wild. But do you know the
It's
last one that we had?
Was it Terry Rozier?
No, close. Miles Bridges got it in like the first week of the 21-22 season. When we went like 3-0 to start the season. But yeah, Terry Rozier before that in 2021. And then like you got to go back to Kemba. Uh, Kemba did it a bunch of times, like twice in 18-19, once in 16-17, twice in 15-16, et cetera, et cetera. Mo Williams randomly in 2015 did it as a Charlotte Hornet. And Al Jefferson twice back in 13-14. But yeah, man, we have not really been privy to this award very much since we've been podcasting. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Definitely when I see like oh no, when it's normally announced, I'm just like, big deal. And then when it happens with us, I'm like, league recognizes greatness. Like, no surprise.
Yeah, so I think the last time it happened where two different players got in the same year on the Hornets was 10 years ago. I mean, over tw 10 years ago, Mo Williams and Kemba in the same season.
Hey,
So,
shout out Isaac Black, biggest Mo Williams fan there is.
yeah.
Just have to. It's not going to come up again. I have to assume. So might as well shout him out now.
Yep, we will not. We'll do 100 episodes and never mention Mo Williams again. Uh, I mean, that is such a brief, random moment in history that he got Player of the Week. Um, also
That's
on a
why we
bad
appreciate
team.
the team now.
Yeah. Okay. Next topic, Tim. So you were not here to defend this player. Um, Last week I was asked, like what would you do if were coaching the team differently? And the only thing that I could really think of was I think Sion James gets too many minutes. Um, Tim, you disagree. I know this because you texted me like in all caps that you disagree. So, share with the listeners your thoughts.
Yeah, I was pretty much just texting like I was on Ambien last week. I was very sick and not sleeping. And yeah, I don't know. I just because I feel like early on in the year it was kind of like just because second round pick and like primarily defensive player, it's like, oh yeah, new Martin twin. But I don't know, man. He just strikes me as like a real Mark, your favorite phrase. That guy's gonna play 7 or 8 years in the NBA. Like, I don't know. I just think he's incredibly stout. I don't know like what he really does on offense when he's not, because like I don't know, skeptical on the shooting, but I just think there's a place for him in the league, and give him minutes, give him a chance to develop. Who are we missing out on? Huh?
McNeeley minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he scored
Since he was
33
young.
points in his most recent G League game. I have his G League stats pulled up. We don't need to get too deep into it, but 20 points per game in the G League, pretty much. Played for us last night. Played some decent garbage time minutes. It's probably like too late in the season to really integrate him into the rotation. But yeah, if you ask me, I think he should be playing some Sion minutes, because he's so much better offensively. I mean, he's lanky, like the size has to matter also. Um, and I think he's going to be maybe a more important part of our future, if he pans out. The upside on Liam McNeely is higher than Sion James. And I do think that Sion is a big beneficiary of just how good this team is. I hear you, Tim. He's going to be in the league in 8 years. I'm not completely sold on that. I think he's a good player, but I think he's very, very limited offensively.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. Guys like that, it can kind of be one injury away from being out of the league. Um, I don't know, but I I just watched him. I watched him switch on to Bam Adebayo. Granted, like not great success or anything, but just came away incredibly impressed just with how like stout he was. Normally, like defense, like boring. I understand it's important, but I mean, you know how I feel about Liam. Like, I think you can pencil him in for 20 minutes next year,
Yeah, I
which
hope
that's
so.
probably an overreaction, but
Yeah, I think 20 minutes is a lot. It's just kind of interesting to me that he's getting like the salon treatment, like in terms of minutes, and like he's definitely better than T-John. So
I
I
think
don't
I
know.
think it just he just could not hit a shot at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But he was getting good looks, and not to do the arbitrary first one in, last one out, gym rat. But he does just consistently make really smart plays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm like trying to find something to be negative about, and it's like so hard. But the only thing I can possibly be negative about is why is Sion playing over McNeely or even Josh Green. Also, I mentioned that Josh Green has less minutes than Sion. Um, so that's just me picking at straws here. One other thing to be negative about, Xavier Tillman. So we traded for him at the deadline to get the Celtics needed to get under the luxury tax. Um, and the Celtics basically gave us $3.5 million to take on Xavier Tillman's contract. And I think we can see why. Not a real NBA player. Slow. He's lanky, but not super tall. Yeah, when he plays, it's an interesting experience. Uh, by all accounts, super nice dude. But yeah, I think his peak in Memphis might be behind him.
Yeah, but I hate to beat up on the guy, but I mean, clearly has to be the nicest person of all time. See, is brutal. Even when we did the trade, I was like, yeah, Celtics like need that. I was like, yeah, it could be worse. And the guy I worked next to, Brian, was like, who the hell is Xavier Tillman? He's like, why did we trade for this guy? He was just looking at stats. And I was like, let's give him a chance, man. Give him a chance. Now, anytime he plays, I come in and be like, give him a chance, huh? How many more chances should we give?
Yeah, I mean, so I also kind of thought that until I realized that that the Celtics literally gave us the rest of his contract in money to take on his contract. So there's nothing really we lost here. And we in the second round pick we traded is top 55 protected. So it's a fake second round pick. I don't even understand why that was. I don't understand why that's involved in the trade. But anyways,
Yes, just yeah, no, that does make sense. Honestly, when you second round protections and everything, and really just protections in general, like explaining those to a non NBA fan, it's just the stupidest thing in the world.
yeah, can we just get rid of that? It's so stupid. What the hell? So you're saying that like if the Hornets win the championship, then you get our second round pick. Otherwise, you don't get our second round pick. Like I don't understand why that is a in the trade.
You know, just to put it, and there's like, hey, we got a second round pick, and just assuming that 90% of fans won't actually take a deeper look, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like why did we give away Xavier Tillman for nothing? Is that what you're saying from the PR move or yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess then anyone that would know that a Tillman trade had happened would also be familiar with, looking into pick protections. So it's like there's no overlap there for impression. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, again, shout out to him, not trying to be mean to what clearly has to be the nicest man that's ever lived for him to be in the NBA.
Media corner, Tim.
For Media Corner, I'm going to go with personal fave, All of Us Strangers. Um, Honestly, just a beautiful fugue state of a movie about a semi-sad individual who's just a little lost in life, and I can't really give anything away without just kind of spoiling the movie. But just about finding yourself, about thinking you're in love, and wanting your parents to like you. So highly recommend. What you got, Mark?
Tim, this is a movie you put me on years ago. Gangs of New York. Uh,
Oh,
I watched it on Saturday, uh, and I was just like hungover and didn't want to do anything like social. So I stayed in my Airbnb in uh, in Budapest and watched an American history movie, Gangs of New York. Yeah, just tiny bit of homesickness was like, let me watch a American ass movie, Gangs of New York. Uh,
that's a 10 out of 10 hungover movie because it's long enough that you're like, I don't have to think about what's coming up next. Like, I'm good to go. I get to watch Daniel Day-Lewis cook. Oh man, what a shout out.
yeah, yeah, man, great film. Um, all right, yeah, if you enjoyed listening, please uh, rate, review, subscribe, write us a review. We appreciate seeing all the kind reviews. It really does make our day. And also, yeah, follow us on social media at Hornets Podcast on Twitter and on Instagram. Shoot us a message, say what's up. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure. You be safe out there, Liquor Mark.
Peace.
Peace.